I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
They'll look to throw here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker roll that they can fall back on anymore.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with 1 complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So we're through a quarter here on Thanksgiving Day. 7-0 is our score. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. They'll look to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they get 14 yards there and a 1st down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A 10-play drive that time. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
A second down throw for Prescott. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, if you want to be known as dependable to your quarterback, that's what you have to do. Go into the middle of the field, know the hit is coming, and catch the football. And that's exactly what he just got done.
And defensively, a little deflating to be able to lay that hit and not have the ball pop free, right?
No doubt about it, because your goal defensively, knock it free so that they say, okay, guess what? We're not going to throw it in there anymore. Now, they'll still continue to be aggressive.
That one goes for 24 yards. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Larry Ridley in Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. I'm ready now for 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now, that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick it up.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Danny Shelton in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So as it turns out, that sack does not wind up costing him, at least in terms of getting points. They get 3.
Yeah, once you see your quarterback go down the backfield, you think, uh-oh. But fortunately for them, their kicker came to the rescue and made sure they got something out of that drive after all.
Now, after the field goal, Bailey will kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right?
Well, the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Taco Charlton in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Back to throw here. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the half. Prescott going deep here for Bryant. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Renley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
All right, Brandon, we'll see if I can get through this without being skipped as we welcome you to our EA Sports halftime report. The Cowboys are happy to be sitting in the locker room with the lead. The Monarchs won't panic.
Well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here they come, the road team now getting the football first to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And touchdown. David Njoku, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
And that makes it 14-10. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start. Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. A very tough run, but for a short gain out near the 32. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it, because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, Prescott. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll take this one down to about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now it's 2nd and 7. Prescott from the gun. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down. The Cowboys on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Prescott to throw it. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Keith Mumphrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bailey now for the extra point. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. It seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the 3rd quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Green 39! Green 39!
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
We're on to the 4th here on Thanksgiving Day. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. But he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Jalen Smith from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. 20. That's Njoku over the middle. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Malik Jackson able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now they try the right side here. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come out here in the I. And to give this time to the tailback. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And now it's second and goal. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead here in the 4th. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
It's up and good to make it 21-17. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. Prescott on first down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And let's see what the defensive coordinator may have up his sleeve here to try to get this final last stand and win this football game. Prescott now on second down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Third and short yardage, Prescott. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Back to throw, and avoids the contact by sliding. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be a second down. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. He's back to throw. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Keith Mumphrey that time, and it's 3rd and 5. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He'll look to throw. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They get 25 yards out of that one. And it'll be first down, Cowboys. They'll look to throw. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll make it second down. Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game. Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now Prescott. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 4th down. First things first here, they got to pick up the first down.
And remember, it is 4th down, so they've got to pick up a completion here.
And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
A score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Bailey now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They only need a field goal. Obviously the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions get out.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. To throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.